Alright, so hopefully I'm loud enough, but this is my quick guide to tempo and magic. Um, so here's the graph that I have created, and as you can see, the turns go from 1 through 9 plus. This is just kind of a way to keep track of um, each point in the game. And here's the winning scale. At some point, one of you guys is going to hit the top of the winning. You won the game. Um, so how do you get there? Well, you play cards, and different cards have different graphs. So we'll just start with creatures because everyone loves creatures. So let's say you have a 1-drop, okay? So 0, nothing happens. Turn 1, you play the darn thing, okay? We're going to make a line. So we'll go from 1. Now, it doesn't actually help you start winning the game until it attacks, which is on turn 2 because it has Summoning Sickness most of the time. So it'll go from no winning value from turn 1 to turn 2. We're going to ignore blocking for now. So once you hit turn 2, you can attack. And we'll just say that this is a sufficient incremental value amount of winning the game, right? From turns 2 to 3, right? You get 1 attack step, and it will help you win this much more. Next turn, the creature will, if untouched, and they don't have any blockers or anything, it'll be able to do the same thing until you win the game, and you'll be all the way up here. So, um, that's what a creature graph looks like. So it'll stop for a turn and then go up. The steepness of this graph is obviously how powerful the creature is. So let's say like you have a Swift Spear, right? Um, you play it on turn 1, but it doesn't have to wait this turn because of haste. So it'll actually just start gaining value like this and this and this and this and this. And so say this creature, um, say you're giving it prowess every turn and you're making it bigger and bigger. It's gonna probably be better than your other 1-drop, so it's actually gonna be steeper. So we'll put it like there. Um, if you have, say, 2 Swift Spears, what you would do is instead of going from here to here, you would go from here to like here, right? Because the value you're getting from both of these creatures, there's basically is double that of what you had before. All right, I'll get rid of that graph just for simplicity's sake. So let's say we have like a sorcery that'll help us win the game, like Cryptic or something. So you're gonna play it on turn 4 most of the time, and let's so if you attack with Swift Spear once and it gets you this much value, a Cryptic will probably give you some more value instantly. So you don't have to wait or anything, it'll just happen. So let's say it gives you this much value. It could be more, it could be less, depends on the scenario. Um, and then it won't do anything for the rest of the game. It'll just go to the graveyard. So we're going to put it over here. And this is kind of how instants and sorceries look. Instants are generally just, I guess they're like the same. Um, I might get into that later, but all right. Let's just keep doing these. So not that. All right. Okay. So let's say we have like an enchantment. Let's say like at the end of the turn you drain them for 1. We'll go with like brown. So let's say it's like a 3-mana enchantment. You'll start here, and it will happen instantly. Just like a haste creature. It'll be doing one thing. Um, Obviously this is not as good as a Swift Spear, so it might be actually. It'll probably be about like, let's just say there, and it'll keep going until you win. And the reason is because it does something on turn 3, does something on turn 4, does something on turn 5, and it's the same amount, so that's why the slope is not changing. Let's say like you have oh gosh, like every turn this creature like put a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, so that graph is gonna look a little different than a linear creature graph. It'll actually be I haven't tried curves with this yet. So let's say you have like a 4-drop that gets bigger every turn, right? Um, all right, well I might have to do this with just lines, but so say it gives you this much value for 1 turn. Let's just say like each cube is 1 damage or something. So you'll do that, and then next turn, if it didn't have that effect, it would be linear. But now, since it's getting bigger every turn, it'll go up 1, and then it'll be up 2, and then it'll be up 3, and then it'll be up 4. and it'll actually help you win the game a lot quicker than if it were just a linear graph of creature. So that's why you win the game quicker when it has something like that. Now, let's just go with like, let's take, how do you stop your opponent's graphs, right? Because obviously creatures don't work like this. You'll never play a Swiftspear and it'll just be unchecked for the whole game, unless you do. But in the common case of Magic, you're generally going back and forth. So let's say uh, turn one, you get some value, you're like here on the value chart, and then they meet it with a Fatal Push, right? They will use this instant, so it'll be like right there, and bottom out for the rest of the game. Now the difference is that one of these is yours, the Swiftspear one, and one of them is the Fatal Push. So at this point, they will cancel each other out. They'll cancel each other out. But the thing is this graph will end slightly higher, right? Because you got in damage. Let's just say they pushed it after like an attack step or two. So this black line will represent the value that Swiftspear has gotten you, and then this margin between the push and where the Swiftspear died is what value you gained from your opponent, which is some damage. So yeah, that's like a general idea of tempo. Let me know what you think, if I should keep with this and like make a real video on it or something. I find it fun to talk about, so.